Hello and welcome to the Seal of Progrichalcos, the Yu-Gi-Oh series in which myself and Tobias open up two different sealed products to play two different sealed matches, then we have pulled to our collection for some progression matches later on in the episode. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! The Seal of Progrichalcos. Hello and welcome to episode 46 of the Seal of Progrichalcos. Last episode we opened up the incredible set Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, adding to the mix to our collections the Dragon Wall of Monsters and of course the Mecha Phantom Beasts and Battling Boxes, and with those archetypes we absolutely dominated Tobias both in the sealed and in the progression games. Compared to the last set, this episode's core set is a little bit underwhelming, but we will go through the card by card, running through some of the more powerful cards in Judgment of the Light. Judgment of the Light was released in August 2013 and didn't really add too much to the mix in terms of competitive viability, at least on initial release. Later on down the line, the Boojins certainly did become an annoying threat, but just looking through the super rares here, none of these cards really saw much play. The rares, we got a few decent Archfiend cards in Helless, Palabyrinth and Archfiend Emperor, but again it wasn't enough to make the deck do anything. We do get the debut of the Traptrix core card in Mermelio, and Atrax was okay in this era. Bujingi Crane is a good battle trick for the Boojins, and I quite like Warbler for Mecha Phantom Beast. A lot of these other rare cards just did nothing as well. If you wanted to play Boojins, you're kind of a bit out of luck because their two best cards, Yamato and Susanoo, were both locked behind the ultra rare rarity tag, so pretty hard to get like a playset of both of these cards back in the day, especially when a lot of people were sort of going for the deck, because it's pretty easy to play like a one-note deck. You summon Yamato, you protect Yamato, you win.
I'm acquainted with the Yamato, Commander.
Numeron Force was a good card in Gimmick Puppet, believe it or not, back in the day, and has seen some interesting playability in some random sort of Xyz decks down the line. I've also always really liked Cockle-Doodle-Doo and Mask Chameleon. They allow you to get into some bigger synchros or bigger Xyz monsters depending on the deck that you run them in. Both kind of interesting cards though. The sequel wares, you get things like the Wolf Bark, incredible in any Beast Warrior strategy, particularly the Fire Fist around this era. Star Eater was a really funny boss monster but really difficult to summon. Armades was a pretty decent generic Xyz monster, and Transmodify led to a lot of interesting experimentation in decks later down the line. Then in the commons we just get a whole bunch of the Boojin cards, some more Mecha Phantom Beasts that weren't really that good, and then some of the Star Seraph monsters and the Umbral Horrors. Star Seraphs obviously eventually got better when they introduced the Scepter and the Scales, but back then they were just terrible, and likewise the Umbral Horrors never did anything, and also the Super Defense Robots were just pretty trash. The Spells and Traps, again, just complete garbage. None of these cards saw any play. Even in Archetype you weren't really playing Sonic Boom or Boojin Fidel. So yeah, a lot of
garbage, absolute garbage.
I don't actually think I even need to get anything from this set, honestly. Like, it would be nice to get a couple of the higher rarity Mecha Phantom Beast cards, but realistically none of these cards make too much difference going forward to our general collection. Let's head on over though to our collection to see what we did pull. Alright, so from the top we got a few of the Archfiend cards. We didn't get the Emperor though, which is a bit disappointing for sealed. 1 Boar and 3 Caribou for the Fire Fist, as well as the Kirin. For the Boojins we got a whole bunch of the supportive engine cards. Didn't get the Yamato, but we did get the Susanoo. Is he like generic to Boojins, or does he have to be the Beast Warrior ones? 2 level 4 Boojins. Oh, that's pretty spicy. Okay, so with stuff like the Turtle, who's got a decent booty on him, you might be able to make this guy in sealed, which is kind of cool. Fencing 5 this is a card I forgot to mention in the pack overview. This is just a really nice piece of removal. 1700 attack. If it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you just get a pop a monster on the field and inflict 500. Nice and simple, but pretty strong for sealed especially. Mecha Phantom Beast pools are okay. 2 Colt Wing, enough Harliad, and 2 Warbler. That's pretty good. So Swords Child is a free summon in sealed. Star Eater. I mean, that is a funny Ghost Rare card to have got, but I don't think it's too usable. And then some of the Super Defense Robots that don't matter. We did get 3 Mermelio. That is really huge. That is a great card to have pulled a playset of, especially out of rare when it's not guaranteed that you're going to get 3 of any of them. And then we also did get the Underworld Fighter Balmong, which is an okay level 4 generic synchro. Anyway, not too much more to say about these cards. Let's head on over to Journey Book to have a look at our sealed deck. Alright, so looking at our sealed list, the game plan is pretty much establish 2 Boojin monsters and try and make Susanoo. Susanoo on its own is just an insane card. Can attack all monsters Tobias controls once each, and once a turn can take a Boojin monster from your deck and either put it in your hand or send it to the graveyard. Really strong, fetches the Crane for guaranteed destruction in battle, or puts things like Turtle in the graveyard that can protect you from targeting. A really strong boss monster that hopefully we're able to showcase the power of at some point in these sealed games. We are playing 3 Fencing Fire Ferrets, some Umbral Horror cards that are just terrible, but potentially can be used to make Shark Caesar, which is an okay rank 3 monster. Then we've got a couple of Atmospheres, which are just bad, as well as some Archfiend cards just to buff out the rest of our deck to 40 cards. We have got 3 Reverse Glasses as well to halve the attack of face-up monsters for the turn, which potentially allows us to survive combat. And then 2 Vain Betrayer. If Tabas is playing an Xyz monster, this is basically just a permanent way of stopping it from being able to attack us, but is not a very good card otherwise. And then 2 Xyz Reception is a pretty good way of being able to make sure that we can make our big Xyz monsters. Alright, let's head on into the replays to see how well we do. Alright, Tabas is going to opt to go first, and we have drawn a hand stuffed full of Boojins and other cards that do not synergize well with them.
Yeah, well, what did you expect?
Yeah, this isn't a great hand. I guess Warg is probably our best card, just a 1900 defender that potentially protects our other monsters from card effect destruction. But if Tabas is just setting a monster, maybe I don't need to worry too much. We're going to go for the Palabyrinth just to buff up our fiends, and then summon down the Ghoul, who, thanks to the Palabyrinth, is up to 2300 attack points. This is the biggest Ghoul you've ever seen, Tobias. Ooh, your Warg stands no chance against him. Down comes the Will-o'-the-Wisp.
I saw a wisp.
And this card is normal, especially on chocolate and amber hormones, and you control any great words of the card. Oh, okay, basically if I kill it by battle in attack mode, it destroys the monster that destroyed it. But instead we're going to be sensible, trying to make sure that we can establish the Susanoo next turn by sitting down our Warg. Tabas is going to go for the combat, doesn't want to risk us losing one of our weak monsters to get rid of the Wisp. And the Wisp will take down the Ghoul with it. Tabas are going to set another monster, we're going to flip over the Warg, summoning out the Turtle, and then overlay for Bujinte Susanoo! Okay, Susanoo can detach, grabbing us the Crane from deck to hand, making sure that we can take down any monster that Tabas might throw at us, and we're going to clear yet another Warg. These Wargs are not doing well for you, Tabas. And you're still just setting and regretting. Let's try and mount some pressure by detaching yet again, grabbing an Ophidian. And we're going to summon down our little Fencing Fire Ferret and just go in for the combat. A Crane fades, and Fencing Fire Ferret will be able to put Tabas down to half his life. Down comes the Ophidian, going for the Xyz Reception with the Junk Blader to summon the Atmosphere.
How very atmospheric.
Target one monster controls equipped to this card. Oh, okay, well, that would... Oh, you're going for the Fencing Fire Ferret. Interesting. You do know I have the Crane in hand.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Why did you target the Fencing Fire Ferret? Why didn't you get rid of the Susanoo? Sure, I could have easily used the Fire Ferret to out the monster, but at least I would have lost the Susanoo. That just seems like a terrible trade-off, unless you got the craziest back row ever here, Tobias. Baffling decisions. Yeah, you could have put up a bit more of a fight there, Tobias. I do not know why you succumbed so quickly. Right, into game 2. I'm starting to think that Tabas isn't a very good sealed deck builder, because quite often his sealed decks are just atrocious.
How long have you been in the Force?
Setting down a monster again, so boring. We're going to go for one back row and one of our own in the back with the AOS, hoping that it gets killed by battle so we can float on into our bigger Archfiend monster. Tabas is just setting and still regretting. Just 2 big defensive Chunguses. We're going to go for the Turtle here. Am I not turtly enough for you?
Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Trying to punch over the Warg, and sadly we cannot quite beat the Warg. Tobias, please summon a monster. Okay, the Warg is going to get flipped. Down comes the Ophidian. 3 are overlaid for the Masquerade. Another player's battle phase. When the opponent's monster attacks figure, detach material, and locate the activation, and inflict 800. 1% into the part of the opponent's deck to the graveyard. That effect just seems like completely tacked on. Like, what is the point of that? I'm sure maybe it like came up in like an anime drill that, oh, he milled the opponent's best card, but like honestly, that seems such a random effect to throw on an Xyz monster. That has nothing to do with milling. Right, Masquerade is going to be able to clear our Turtle though. I guess he's just a big threat. 2700. It's kind of huge. I'm going to set down our Regalia and summon out the LS here. Tabas is going to go for the Junk Blader and yeah, be able to cleanly piece apart both of our monsters. LS will grab us the Palabyrinth from deck to hand. Well, reverse classes, that is insane. We're just going to activate that, activate our Palabyrinth, summon down the Umbral Ghoul, who can cleanly out the Blader here. Twice just setting, going for combat, and our Ghoul will fade. Our turn, we're going to farm for the reverse classes, halving the Masquerade down to 1350, and summoning our own Junk Blader, who's now able to deal with the Masked Marauder here. Down comes a Unform from Tobias. I'm sure if I sent to go while attacking a monster, summon 2 Umbral Horrors from the deck. Okay, if you really want to play the game, taking another big dose of damage to your life points, that is fine by me. 1800 gets struck off from Tobias's life total, and out of the deck we're going to bring out the Will-o'-the-Wisp and the second Will-o'-the-Wisp. You know, that's just like 3 damage from me, right? I don't really care too much if my monster has to die while doing it, as long as like I'm putting you down to 0. That's all that matters. Warg will get flipped over.
I overlay my level 4 and 2 Umbral Horror Will-o'-the-Wisps. With these 3 monsters, I built the overlay network and exceed summon number 104, Masquerade.
Oh, the Will-o'-Wisp still just became level 4. I didn't even read it had that effect. Okay, so Masquerade is a back and play. The Masked Ball will never end, apparently. And yeah, that was actually a pretty good turn from Tobias there. I was making fun of him, but I just wasn't reading cards properly, as is the norm.
I will then lose, because I didn't read just as I have done many times before.
Right, we're going to set down our turtle here. Not that we can really do too much. We're hoping we can maybe get into Susanoo with the crane if we can draw another Boojin monster. Yes, okay. Going for the Junk Blader, that is what I would love to see. Hopefully I can draw a Boojin here, please. Ugh. Confronting the sea, that's not too usable. Oh, Tobias is going to Flying See us. Right, that is an irritating card. I think we're just... Aren't we just dead now? Like, how the hell are we supposed to do anything now? We've got this dumb C on the field.
Hated the C word.
Right, we're going to take 1100, and I mean, Booj Incarnation is so good, but it's not usable. We're going to have to go for the battle, killing the Flying Sea, just so we have a chance for the remainder of the game, taking 2k while we're at it, putting us dangerously low, but we have no other choice. Then we're going to activate the Boojin Regalia, the sword, to target 1 Boojin monster in the graveyard and add it back to our hand, pulling back the crane to the hand, flipping over the turtle, summoning the crane, overlaying to make the Susanoo, this time hopefully uninterrupted. Yeah, it looks to be that way. Okay, we're going to detach the turtle, grabbing the crane to ensure that Tobias isn't able to beat us in combat. Huh? Like, I know this guy negates effects in the battle phase, but does it negate... Can it negate, like, a damage calc effect? Let me look that up. I do not believe it can. Oh. Outright kills Crane, Ghost Tricks, Honest Clue, anything. Huh. Well, that is annoying. If I'd known that, I probably wouldn't have gone for the Susanoo play. Not that we had much going on otherwise. Geez, Masquerade just like walls our entire deck, except for the reverse classes. Right, we're going to have to set down the crane just to make sure we don't just die out of nowhere if Tobias summons a better monster. Going to go for combat. We will lose the crane here. Follow with this sword, targeting a Boojin in the grave and adding it back to hand. Ophidian comes back to the hand. And we're going to take 1700. Why are we taking the 1700 here? Oh, because the Ophidian just attacked us directly. And then another sword is going to get fired off, grabbing Tobias back. The Warg. Right, well, we're only going to get one shot at this. We're going to go for the reverse classes here, halving both of the monsters' attack on the field. Going to go for our Archfiend Cavalry and be able to punch over the Masquerade here. I feel like we're in a pretty good position, but if Tobias makes this Susanoo or just goes for the Atmosphere, yeah, we are just out of the game. Well, I felt like we had a handle on that and then just like flew off it. That was, yeah, guess it showed the power of Masquerade. Like, 3 level 4 seems like a really bad investment, but he does wall out the Susanoo pretty effectively. Alright, into that all important game 3. Right, we're going to lead by setting down the Warg. Tobias is going to go for the Ghoul, which is going to bounce right off the Warg, dealing 100 damage back to Tobias. We're going to go for the Turtle, but then get Flying Seed. Love that when that happens, and we're going to have to use our own life point as a resource here, getting rid of the C by killing the Ghoul. Can't quite deal with the Warg. Tobias is then going to make the Masquerade and go for the Fencing Fire Ferret. We can... Oh my gosh, it counters the Fencing Fire Ferret as well. Oh, how do we beat this card? We're just literally losing non-stop. We're going to go for the Susanoo, grab the Crane, kill the Ophidian. Doesn't really matter because the final material is just going to be able to stop the Crane anyway. Yeah, we're going to have to go for the Crane here, detach. At least we've now prevented the Masquerade from triggering again, but we've got nothing. We're down to 1200 life points with just a Ghoul and a Dream, baby. Well, at least we can Flying Sea and die anyway. Wow. I was actually pretty confident in my deck with a Susanoo, but Masquerade just absolutely slaughtered me. I guess you proved me wrong after I said you were really bad at sealed matches. Alright, into the next set, which is a really exciting one. Battle Pack 2. Battle Pack 2 War of the Giants is an absolutely legendary set for Limited. It released in June 2013 and was all about summoning big ass monsters. There were loads of really powerful level 7 or higher monsters in this set, and loads of cards designed to enable you to get into them quickly. And for the very first time, this set printed the Egyptian god cards as playable cards. Obelisk the Tormentor, Slifer the Sky Dragon, and of course the Winged Dragon of Ra. Now, all of these cards were quite a major disappointment to actual fans of the anime that expected these cards to literally just basically win the game if summoned, but they're still kind of good, especially in the limited set. Obviously with Battle Pack you play by the rules where every monster is every type and every attribute, just so spell and trap cards that support only one type can actually be applied to all of them. Mausoleum of the Emperor will be a huge card to pull to enable you to get into some of the bigger monsters. There's those just cards with just big stats like Alexander Dragon, broken stuff like Graceful Charity, Pot of Greed, Reasoning, and just a whole bunch of fun battle tricks with loads of traps and spells and loads of decent monsters. Honestly, the set is just going to be a blast. I'm not really sure whether any of the cards here are going to make it into any of our like wider progression decks because they're cards we've had a chance to get before, but it's just going to make for an absolutely insane sealed deck. Given there were 215 cards in the set, we only opened 20 packs, giving us a grand total of 100 cards to play with. Looking from the top though, 2 Axe Dragonoot, that is not bad, he is a very strong level 4 monster. Passive Fade is a good card, 2 Beast King Barbarous, that's a great card, just being able to normal summon him as a 1900, or Tribute 3 to blow up the board is great. Book of Moon is a decent enough disruption. Bull Blader is a great card to counter most things in battle. Dark Lord Zerato is really funny, especially given that everything in the graveyard will be dark, so that much easier to summon than you'd expect. Forceosaurus is an insane 1 tribute monster, 2600 attack is nothing to be sniffed at. We've got our old friend Injection Fairy Lily making a comeback. Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Dragon 2, 1 Mausoleum, that's pretty good. Preemie is nice. Reasoning is going to be funny because most of our monsters are going to have different levels. Children's Sword is a good way of outing monsters. Shrink is an insane battle trick. Yes, we got Slifer, we got one of the gods. Oh my gosh, if we get a chance to play this card in the sealed game, we have to nail it. Summoning Slifer and winning against a Bars with it would be the funniest thing so far. 2 Threatening War and a Roboco is insane, just enables us to make sure that we can survive battle phases and establish our bigger monsters. Same with the Windstorm of Etika and the Zero Gravity, effectively doing the same thing by turning Tobias' attack position monsters sideways. Zombira,
Oh, that takes me back.
Oh, the nostalgia. We played this card for so long in early TM era progression games. What a mad lad. Alright, let's head over to Joining Book to have a look at our sealed deck. Alright, so looking at our sealed deck, this is like one of the few times we've actually skirted over 40 cards. But we just pulled too many good things that we absolutely had to include in this list.
We leave no man behind.
Going from the top, we've got 2 Axe Dragonoot, the Battle Fader, double Beast King Barbarous, Bull Blader, 2 Card Guard that can protect some of our monsters, 2 Dark Valkyrie. If it survives a turn, we can use its effect to blow up 1 card on the field. Goblin Elite Attack Force is just a really solid beta. Gyord can survive battle, Hyper Hammerhead bounces things back to the hand, Interplanetary Purply Thorny allows us to retain advantage on the field, Magician of Faith lets us recover our power spells, Photon Wyvern is an interesting card. It is a 2 tribute, but on normal summon it blows up all set cards the opponent controls, so it's a good way of dealing with Tobias's back row. 1 Slate Warrior, just a strong card. The dream is obviously to summon Slifer, 1 Fiend Mega Cyber who's either a 1 tribute 2200 or sometimes can freely special summon himself, Zombira and double Frostosaurus to round off the monsters. For the spells we've got Book, Enemy Controller, Mausoleum, 1 Preemie, Reasoning, the Scapegoat, Double Shrink, and then Star Blast. This is a really good way of letting us get to our bigger monsters without having to sacrifice monsters. Kunai with Chain, the Metal Reflect Slime, Mirror Wall, Double Rising Energy, 2 Threatening Roar, Roboko, Windstorm, and 0 Gravity. Loads and loads of really strong cards here. Hopefully we can just make our boy Slifer and win with him. Tobias is going first. I am a bit worried looking at this opening hand. Only 1 monster. I guess it's going to be Protect Dark Valkyrie at all costs. Right, Tobias is going to go for 4 in the back. Cue the clip.
4 back row, Jeremy. 4? That's insane.
We're going to have to summon our Valkyrie here, see whether we can piece apart whatever Tobias has now set down. And it's the Tangrisnir of the Nordic Beasts who summons out 2 little tokens on destruction. In main phase 2 we're going to set down all of the traps that we have and pass it on back to Tobias. Down comes the Ape Fighter.
He's bigger, faster, and stronger too.
We're going to go for the Rising Energy though, pitching our Mausoleum to ensure that we can deal with the Ape. And now we can summon down the Axe Dragonute and try and kill the tokens, but get stopped by the Threatening Roar. Tobias is going and he's just passing. What the hell could be in your grip, man? Right, we're going to go for the Dark Valkyrie, normal summon it again, and then it's just up to, what was it, 2100. But we are going to get Curse of Anubis, turning both our monsters sideways and dealing a nice 1000 damage to us. Oh, I thought that was Ceasefire. Evocateur Chevalier.
Ooh, that accent, you're French, right?
It's going to get played by Tobias, and it's going to shuffle back her. Oh!
To summon Exodios, the ultimate forbidden lord.
Exodios?
Okay, it's going to be given the Fighting Spirit to buff its attack to 600. This seems like a terrible idea. We're going to go Kunai with Chain, turning the Evocateur sideways and buffing up our Dark Valkyrie. Swapping our guys back into attack mode, we're going to be able to clear the Exodius here. Like, what were you even thinking by playing that card, Tobias?
What were you thinking,
Tobias?
This is just such a bizarre card. Right, and then our Axe Dragonite will go sideways after killing the Chevalier. Are you trying to lose, Tobias? What are you doing? Right, we're going to go for the set Magician of Faith and then turn our guys back into attack mode and clear these tokens. They've been on the field far longer than they have any right to be. Memory of an Adversary is going to get fired off.
And I got a good memory.
Killing the Dark Valkyrie. Okay, I guess you're going to get my Valkyrie next turn. We're going to tribute both for the Photon Wyvern, nuking the back row. Stronghold is a pretty good out to that in terms of it stays on the field as a monster. And miniaturize likewise, so that does put our Wyvern low enough. We're going to go for the Premature Burial, flinging back our Axe Dragonute and passing because we can't deal with a Stronghold. In the end phase, Tobias will get our Dark Valkyrie. I'm going to get normal summoned and use its ability to pop our monster, but then die in battle with the Shrink. Our turn, we're going to turn this Wyvern sideways, summoning down our Slate Warrior in defense mode. Down comes Cyber Valley, who's just going to get banished immediately to allow Tobias to stack the Prodigy to the top of his deck. We're going to flip over the Slate Warrior, buffing its attack up to 2400, and now the Stronghold is not so strong anymore. Oh, last card in hand was Battle Fader. I thought I had it. We know what's coming. The pot. Can Tobias get back in the game with a well-timed Fiend Mega Cyber? We're going to go for the Mirror Wall though, and yeah, that is it. Oh, you had me worried for a second there, Tobias, but I have faith in my cards. I know they won't let me down. Well, Dark Valkyrie seems glued to my hand.
If I had a nickel for every time
Dark Valkyrie, only level 4 alone monster that's worth a dime in our opener.
I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Plus, going to go for 3 in the back and 1 in the front. We're going to go for the Axe Dragonute, battling into the Bacon Saver.
We've been big fans of bacon.
Wait, what'd you just say?
Bacon.
Sure thing. We're going to then set down 3 of our own back row and pass it back to the boss. Down comes our 4th back row and another set monster. We're going to go for the Dark Valkyrie here and see whether we can clear yet more of Tabas's annoying threats. Necro Gardener is another way of staving off damage while in the graveyard, but it doesn't look like Tabas even has any offensive pressure that we need to worry about. Me and my big mouth. Down comes the Mega Cyber Fiend. Gonna go for battle. We're gonna go for the Etika, turning everything sideways. Oh, it only changes the opponent's monster sideways, even better. Now we can summon out our Goblin Elite attack force and start beating in for some elite beat damage, baby. Miniaturize is going to get fired off, putting our Dark Valkyrie low enough to the point where we can't quite clear the Mega Cyber. We're going to go for the crash of our elite attack force with its own clone.
Bacon.
Oh, but Tobias has the out with Bacon Saber, enabling him to keep the powerful clone on board. Our Axe Dragonoot, though, cannot clear the Fiend Mega Cyber thanks to the Necro Gardener. In battle, we're going to fire off the Zero Gravity just to make sure none of our monsters die. Oh, I mean, we have to. I tribute all 3 of my monsters to bring forth Slifer, the Sky Dragon! Boom! Ba 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 boom! Do 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 do. We're gonna play the Slifer theme here, or the Egyptian God theme here for the rest of the duel. Come on, Editor Bembo, you know it makes sense. Right, Slifer hits the field with a whopping 1,000 attack points. Incredible. Can't even out the Goblin Elite attack force token. Well, we aren't dead here. We're gonna go Kunai with Chain, turning Tabas's token sideways, and then Book of Moon to set down the Fiend Mega Cyber. You think I would leave my Slifer defenseless? He's now up to 2,500 attack points.
So sad.
I will remember you. Oh, Slifer is gone, it's true. Now I've got nothing left to do. I will lose this game.
Voice of an angel, that man.
Well, we're going to fire off the Battle Failure here. Going to keep us alive a little bit longer. Going to go for the Card Guard here, protecting himself and trying to clear the Cerberus. It's this half counter, great. That's another wave of our monster dying. Thankfully we have the Card Guard counter to remove to keep our monster alive. Tiki Soul's going to get fired off and then tributed to bring forth the Pyrotech Mech Shiryu. Yeah, basically it just got piercing and a big old attack stat. We're going to lose our Battle Fader here. And then our Card Guard will fail to the Elite Force token. At least we are going to be able to summon out the Purply Thorny Dragon in response. And, well, Metal Flex Slime does ward us against the Shiryu, so that's not too bad. We're going to go for the Purply Thorny.
Crashing the Interplanetary Purply Thorny Dragon. Into a Elite Goblin Attack Force token.
How long have you been in the Force?
Token at long last. Oh, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. It's a pretty good time for me to activate the slime. Can I go protect all our life points with this 3k dude? Oh, I don't know about you, but that bazoo is too weak. Even your Pyrotech Mech cannot be this. Go. Oh, this go.
Sing that lullaby again.
Why would you say that?
I've gone mad, I think. Too many like internal memes for me to like have some semblance of sanity left within this game. We've got Slifers, we've got Goo, we got the Bazoo.
There's a little something for everyone.
We've got the Autonomous Action Unit. Tabas can just steal our Dark Valkyrie, normal summon it again, and end the game. Right, into game 3. Right, let's put this on fast forward and try and not lose my sanity during it. Okay, we've got a terrible hand here, which is going to have to go for the 4 in the back. Tabas is going to go for the Prodigality, grabbing out the twin-headed behemoth to his hand, sending down 1+2 in the back. Item we're going to go for reasoning, it's going to fail when we're going to be able to summon out the Mega Cyber because the Barcel's 2 monsters, Necro Gardener will fail. We're going to be able to keep on punching 3 monsters with our Mega Cyber. 2 tokens will get summoned off the Tangrowth. Ancient Gear Golem is going to get summoned. We're going to go for the Slate Warrior. Going into battle, we're going to get booked. That's annoying. Then our Slate Warrior is going to not quite fade to the enemy controller. I guess we must have done that just before he attacked because otherwise he would have been immune. We can then go for the... I don't know what's happening. Things have just been reverted back to normal. Pyrotech Shiryu is down on the field. We're going to take a butt ton of damage here, pulling back the enemy controller. Oh, we're using Necro Gardener to negate the effect. To negate the attack. That is why the golem is still alive. I'm just being dumb. We're going to go for the scapegoat here just to at least protect our life points a little bit. Although, having said that the Pyrorek Shiryu could just kill us, we're going to then use the enemy controller to steal it with a token, summoning out our Fostosaurus, going for the Rising Energy for the most powerful ancient glacial dinosaur in existence. And now we can just start... Oh. Double Magical Armbind, eh? That is a bit of an annoyance. At least we do get back the Fostosaurus in when Tabas has ended his turn. Bacon Save is going to protect him from quite a bit of damage here. Oh god. 6 monsters are going to get shuffled back into the deck for the Exodius. Impenetrable attack will get fired off, and then the Fiend Mega Cyber will kill the Axe Dragonoot. Our Fostosaurus will be able to clear the Mega Cyber here. And Power Frame, okay, you're keeping this guy alive. Bazoo is back! Bazoo is back! Bazoo is back! And we're going to keep going for our Battle Tricks, being able to dismantle the Exodius. Bazoo is going to clear a token, but fade to the Fostosaurus. And Tobias, this looks like it might be game. Oh, the Battle Fader, always the last card in hand. Down comes Shiryu, clearing a token, putting us down to the 1 turn clock. We're going to go for the Fostosaurus, plus the Shrink, and... surely to godness this is the game. Please don't say your last card does anything. Phew. That was a barnstormer of a match there. Some really cool things we got to see from both decks. You love to see it. Right, let's move on to some progression games. So in the last episode we brought forth a rank 4 dark focus strategy. This week we're swapping it up by going for a rank 4 light. We've got a plethora of Constellar monsters that just like either summon extra guys with Pollux or adjust their levels to make sure they all can be level 4. 2 DD Warrior Lady, triple Neosalius, the Future Samurai, Gabeb, a couple of Light Sworn Paladins, 1 Daedalus who can hopefully take advantage of the number of lights we put in the grave, Gawain, Photon Thrasher, Double Shining Angel, the Wind Up Knight, and then the Divine Dragon Ragnarok. For our spells, we're playing the Book of Moon, double Equal to search out the Neosalius, 2 Forbidden Chalice, 2 Gemini Spark, triple MST, 1 Rotor, Cool, Fiendish Chain, and then the Compulsory. Our game plan is pretty simple: summon a whole bunch of light monsters and then either overlay into Hyades to level modulation with the Constellar monsters, or make the Omega or the Praetor P or the Ptolemy M7. And then in the other slots we've got some random Xyz monsters that could come up. Right, let's head to the replay and see how well we do. Alright, looking at our opening hand, we love to see the Eerie Call, being able to dial up your boy Neosalius. Tobias is going to go for 4 in the back again.
4
back row.
Jeremy. 4? That's insane.
And 1 in the front. That doesn't matter to us, we're going to go for the MST, popping the Scapegoat. 4 little goat tokens. We're going to go for the DD Warrior Lady, just try and get rid of Tobias's actual threat. Going for the Saku here, losing the Warrior Lady. I'm going to set on the Fiendish Chain and the Chalice and pass it on back. Whoa, I'm gooning the Phantom Beast. Oh, yes. Okay, what can you cook up with these? Colt Wing, just going to attack directly. 1600 attack, that's okay. We're going to go for the Fiendish Chain though, because we don't really want to have to deal with that. Oh, Tabasa is going to go for the MST on our Fiendish Chain, so we do take the 1600. We're going to go for the emergency call, grabbing out your boy Neosalius, summoning him down, and clearing a token here. In the main phase 2, we're going to set on the Gemini Spark and pass the turn. Down comes the Colt Wing, plus the Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. What am I going to be some field? This time as well. Double it from here. It's unfit by traps. Sure, okay. That's going to bait out the Gemini Spark from us, which we're going to use to pop one of Tobias's unknown back row. We're going to take a load of damage from the Colt Wings just absolutely wailing on me, which I'm all for. I mean, these cards are just insane. Thrasher off the top. What a draw. We're going to summon him down, summon out the DD Warrior Lady, overlay to make the Constellar Omega. Omega's going to be able to clear out 1 token, but I'm not really sure how we're winning this. The Cult Wings are going to overlay as level 4s to make Utopia. Oh, he's just big enough, but not when we use the Chalice. Buffing up our Omega up to 2800, and suddenly we are back in control. We're going to MST the fresh set card, do a barrel roll, and then summon out the Wind Up Knight. Torrential is annoying. We're going to have to detach one of our material here, but at least we've retained the Omega, and Tobias is now drawing his last pathetic card. Okay, 2400 goes in just fine. I was feeling another, like, I was feeling something like the D Prison. Oh, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. Oh, he dies in the end phase anyway. I guess there's no reason that we need to use the compulsory there. We're going to go for Future Samurai here, dealing a nice 1600, and seeing whether Tobias has any response. 1 back row, summoning out the Divine Dragon Ragnarok. If we win with this, it's going to be a meme-tacular fest. Yep. Ragnarok gets banished, but the Future Samurai has seen the future.
I see it.
And, you know, it looks pretty rosy. Into game 2. Or not, as Tobias has quit. Alright, I guess we're going to have to swap to our next progression deck then. Now, I know how much Tobias loves our old friend Neosalius here.
I hate him, hate him, hate him!
He saw him in a different deck just now and just wants to see more of him. So yeah, we'll bring out the Traptrix Hero, Skill Drain, Beast King Barbarous, just abomination here. So many traps, so many spells, so many just disruptive tools to enable our big bunguses to stay on the field and hopefully eliminate Tobias in a soul-crushing fashion. Okay, this hand is pretty lit. The Neosalius and the Gemini Spark, so even if Tobias has interruption, we can just fire the Gemini Spark and get free value. Double MST to boot. We've got no fear though, we're just going to summon the Neosalius down, see what Tobias has in the back, try and bait out something here. Nothing. Okay, no responses. The pyramid will fall, and out comes Ryu Koki.
Don't get cocky.
Right, we're going to set down 5. Have fun, Tobias. Down comes a Goblin Zombie, and the Ryu Koki is going to punch on in. It does force our hand in playing the Gemini Spark here, outing the Koki and drawing 1. Goblin Zombie, we're happy to take the 1100 and mill 1 card, losing the duality. Actually, I would have loved to have got that card, actually, now I've said that. Book of Life will get fired off in main phase 2 to bring back the Koki. We're going to then go for the MST to getting rid of the Compulse, and a second MST getting rid of the Sano here. We're going to set down our Trap Hole and the Chalice. This, yeah, we might actually be out of the game already. Pyramid of Wonders is going to get fired off. All zombies getting 200 attack for each monster your opponent controls. Okay, that's useless. And then we are going to take 3500 direct, milling out the bottomless Trap Hole. No, Ryo is probably our best card that we could have drawn here. Oh, being able to clear the Pyramid of Wonders and deal a little bit of damage to Tobias. And down comes a second Pyramid. We're going to have to go for the Trap Hole here. We can't allow that card to get advantage. But we are going to lose to the Koki and then take another 1100 from the little Goblin Zombie, robbing yet another card from our deck, the Bottomless Trap Hole. We have drawn the Reinforcement of the Army, which is pretty darn good. We're going to grab the Stratos, you know, and then summon out the Stratos, grabbing a second Stratos for next turn. Then we are going to hopefully be able to deal with the Goblin Zombie here at long last. Yep, it is going bye-bye.
Don't worry, I'll organise your funerals.
Tobias will pull a Zombie Master out from his deck, which is going to get summoned. It is going to force us to say no to that, losing half our life points in doing so. We're going to go for the say no yet again on the Book of Life. I mean, it's just over. Well, that's what you'd hope. I'm going to fire, though, the Forbidden Chalice, boosting my monster up to 2200, just surviving with 250 life points. That's all I need, baby. The only life point that matters is the last one. We're going to go for the Duality, milling out 3 cards that do not help us. Oh my god. Hopefully by going first this time we can set up enough back row that Tobias isn't able to get anything going. Right, our Momelio is going to get summoned. We're going to stop doing that. We're going to grab the Trap Hole and set it down along with the Gemini Spark as bait, as well as the Bottomless. Good luck summoning monsters, Tobias. Oh, in the main phase 2 we're also then going to go for the E-Cool, grabbing your boy Stratos for next. Down comes 2 plus the pyramid plus a set monster that is probably the pyramid, which I guess we're going to have to deal with. We're going to go for the Neos Alias, go for battle, see whether we can punch on over. Oh, it's a goblin zombie. The goblin zombie will grab the vampire of the curse. And then the Neos Alias will try and attack on indirect, baiting the attack out its armor, which is going to force us to go for the Gemini Spark to out the remaining back row, the Call of the Haunted. Over to you, Tobias. Zombie Monster's going to get summoned, we're going to go for the Trap Hole. You can't just do that, you only just set that card, you fool.
That's cheating. Can't have that.
Right, it looks like the game is well and truly going our way now. Summon back with Zombie Master by all means. We're going to go for the Bottomless anyway. Right, our turn, we're going to go for the Stratos here, grabbing the Neos Alias. Probably should have gone for the Mermelio just to get even more trap holds, but I guess we have got the Bottomless in hand already. Going for battle, a nice 3400 in. Tobias' turn, down comes a Mizuki, we're going to Bottomless that, and this looks like it's game over. Yes, into game 3. Well, our hand is stuffed full of cards we love to see. We're going to go for the MST, getting rid of the Sakuratsu armor, followed up by the Equal, dialing on in the Stratos, fetching Stratos. Then we're going to go for the Duality, milling out 3, grabbing the Card of Demise. Oh, you'll love to see it. We're going to set down nothing. We're not quite going to go for everything just yet. Tobias is going to go for the Scapegoat first of all, summoning out 3 little goat tokens. In the main phase 2, we're going to set down 3, and Tobias is just passing. We're going to summon down the second Stratos, popping the Sakuratsu armor, and deal with 2 tokens here. Now we're going to go for the Mermelio, grabbing the Trap Hole, setting it down, and then going for the Card of Demise, drawing 1 card that we can set, and 2 cards that we are sadly going to lose in the end of the turn. Tobias is going to summon out the Ryukoki with the Pyramid of Light, then summon out the second Ryukoki. We're going to go for the Die Prison, and then lose 1 of our Stratos here. Our turn, we're going to overlay for the Crazy Box. We're going to get Compulsed, but we're going to go for the Sun Judgment, and then Crazy Box. We're going to get rid of Tobias's Ill Blood. Cool. And then we're going to fire off the Crazy Box yet again, and it nukes itself. Well, you live by the Crazy Box, you die by the Crazy Box. Our Stratos is going to be able to clear Tobias' monster. We're going to go for the Trap Hole on the Zombie Master, and then be able to out Tobias' Ryukoki with our Dimensional Prison. We seem to be pretty ahead now, although the Torrential Tribute is
great equalizer.
Mizuki's going to get summoned. We're going to Book a Moon it just so we can clear it by battle, although I know it can basically summon anything back. At least we have the Bottomless now to out whatever it summons back. God, we're going to Bottomless 1 Mizuki. Down comes Ill Blood, and yeah, all of a sudden we are out of the game. Ill Blood is just going to start reviving things. Yeah. Wow. The first time the heroes lost, and it was to zombies. Pretty much starter deck 2 zombies.
Ew, somebody's a sore loser.
Somebody mean Benbow.
Now obviously our build is slightly more competent than Tobias's because we actually have the Draco Sack, and we are going all in trying to make this guy turn 1 by playing things like the Lightning Dragon Ruler of Drafts, as well as the Tempest Dragon Ruler of Storms, a whole bunch of Mecha Beast monsters that don't really matter too much, like the Harleyad and the Stealthway, the core ones being Tetherwolf and the Blue Falcon. They're the ones that can keep us having a really strong advantage on the field and enable us to do some crazy stuff. We are also playing the Cult Wing, which is really cool. If special summoned, it summons out 2 Mecha Beast tokens, and the main way that we're going to hopefully be able to trigger this is with something like the DDR. We banish it with Tempest and then bring it back with DDR, summoning out 2 tokens, tribute a token off for some random effect, and then make the Draco Sack easily that way. There's just a lot of ways into Draco Sack here. We are playing 1 Scramble, 2 Token Sunday just as a good way of being able to use our tokens as removal, triple Aerial Recharge of course, 1 Cool, and double Miyabi, one of my favourite trap cards ever printed. Right, let's head to the replay and let's see whether Tobias can Mecha Phantom beat this deck. I doubt it. I'm a big fan of the opening hand here, easy access into your boy Draco Sack, which we're just going to go for straight away, banishing 2, summoning out Tempest, and then normal summoning the Tetherwolf, bringing out a little token, which doesn't really matter. Oh, we actually found the right token this time, the Mecha Phantom Beast token. I remember they printed this in some weird set or other. I sadly missed out on actually getting it. Like, what was the set they printed that in? Oh, that was it, OTS Tournament Pack 9. Still looking a decent price on eBay, given it's just literally a token that has no use whatsoever. Don't know why people would want to be ordering this for Valentine's Day, but then again I goon over the Mecha Phantom Beast.
What? What the 40 seconds?
So potentially your loved one might.
Brother,
Anyway, back to reality. punch on in with both our monsters, and then in the main phase 2, overlay them to make the Dragossack. I've just also noticed that Tabas is playing the Prophecy monsters with Amores there.
A new prophecy has been told!
Good luck! I tried to play this a few episodes ago. It doesn't play well when you don't have access to the majority of the cards that this archetype needs, because they're all too high rarity. Right, we're going to summon out the tokens. We've got the Dragossack, we've got 3 tokens. This looks like a absolutely unbreakable board, especially when Tabas literally just passes and does nothing. We're going to summon out the Harliad, who is now level 13. Craziness. And then go for battle, getting in for 1800 and 2600. What is this guy's ability with the tokens? Tribute 1, summon a Mecha beast from hand. That's not too usable. And we're going to put Tabas down to 1900. GG, Tabas probably sets the monster, sets a back row. We're going to tribute a token, donk the back row out of here. See you, Sakatsu. Battle phase, we're going to go for the Harliad into the set monster. It is another Amores, which we actually cannot beat. When you set down a card that can't be beat by Harliad, that's Amore. Right, Tabas is just about staying in this game onto his turn, sending down a card, going Spellbook.
What are you playing at?
Oh, that's so terrible, but it doesn't really matter because Prophecy, the world of Prophecy is summoned. When it's summoned by the effect of a spell, what spell card? Target 2 spell. How do you, what? I don't really know how this guy got on the field.
Could it be something about this planet?
Oh, you use them always for special. Oh, I'm being dumb.
How predictable.
Okay, World of Prophecy just dies to the Dragossack anyway, so cool. You made a really impressive looking secret rare monster that does nothing. And then this is the game. Well, okay, Harliad is dead by the Dimensional Poison. You're hanging on in there, Tabas. You're hanging on in there. But not for much longer. Into game 2. 3 in the back. That is the typical spellbook opener. Obviously, everyone knows that. Plus the Crescent. Sure, we're winning 3 spellbooks in the deck. Power. Miracles. Or Crescent. The Miracles gets added to the hand, probably the worst of the bunch, and then down comes the old Strength of Prophecy. Oh, I feel so bad. We're going to go for the stealth way here. Going for the Machine Duplication. Oh, I'm gooning at that. We get 3 little 100 attack monsters. But their defense is where things really matter. We're going to set down our Father of Doomsday and the Call of the Haunted and pass the turn. So we're going to shuffle back the Libraries of the Crescent to buff his Strength of Prophecy up by 500 points. Sure thing. We're going to go for the Doomsday, summon out 2 tokens. In the battle phase, we are going to lose 1 token. But it doesn't matter. We're going to use the Stealth Way ability, tribute a token, pop a spell trap on the field, which deals with the bottomless trap hole. Then we're going to summon out the Tether Wolf, which summons another token. Then we can overlay the 2 level 6 Stealth Ways to make
an M7.
Say no!
Oh, Tabas is going to say no to that. That's okay. We don't mind too much. We're going to tribute the remaining token with our Stealth Way to pop Tabas's Call of the Haunted. Although we are going to go for the Call of the Haunted, reviving out another token, baiting the Torrential Tribute, losing our entire board. Well, the game is pretty much equalised. Tabas is on 3 cards, I'm on 3, but my cards are better than yours. Black Falcon, love to see him. Falcon! Nosedive, doing a nice 1200 damage, summon out a token, buff himself up to level 7, then we're going to set a card and pass the turn. So I had to put things on pause there as this baby wanted to come in the room. Say hello to everyone, Bella. Good girl. See you later, Bella. Alright, back to Tabas. Only just passing yet again. Right, we're going to summon out the Blue Thunder T45. And with these 2 big old funguses, this is the game. Boom. Oh, feels so good to win with the Mecha Phantom Beasts. Got summoned Dragossack game 1. Game 2, we just dominated with the old token wombo combo. How this deck never saw like real competitive play is beyond me. The cards are just crazy. They can't be killed by battle or card effect. That's nuts. And that's it for this episode of the Seal of Progrichalcos. Next episode, we're opening Shadow Spectres for our core set, which introduces the Ghost Trick monsters. And then for our second sealed game, we're going to be opening a few packs of Astral Pack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please subscribe to stay up to date with more episodes of the Seal of Progrichalcos, Structural Decay, and the Derivative Master Duel Masochist series. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.